Language. This is something that has allowed humans to progress. Language differentiates us from other primates and animals. Because of language, we are able to communicate vast quantities of information which enable us to progress, create societies, and live as a civilized person. But how do humans acquire language? It's magic, isn't it? It's absolutely magical that human beings, even small babies and infants, start acquiring language. A human infant is not taught language. If you think about it, a child who is 3 or 4 years of age learns language on his own. Nobody teaches him. And yet, humans have this intrinsic ability to learn language. How is this explained? Noam Chomsky's theory of language, often referred to as the theory of universal grammar, is one of the most influential ideas in the field of linguistics. Chomsky proposed that the ability to learn language is innate to humans and that all human languages share a common underlying structure which he called as universal grammar. This theory has profound implications for our understanding of language acquisition, cognitive development, and the nature of human intelligence. What are the key components of Chomsky's language theory? Chomsky argues that humans are born with an inherent ability to acquire language. This ability is not simply the result of general intelligence or learning, but is specific to human species. He suggested that children do not learn language solely through imitation or reinforcement, as behaviorists like Skinner proposed, but rather they have an innate linguistic capacity that guides language acquisition. Chomsky posited that all human languages are governed by a set of grammatical principles that are common across all languages. This universal grammar consists of deep structures that are shared by all the languages, and it is these structures that allow children to learn any language to which they are exposed. The specific rules and vocabulary of a language are what he termed as the surface structure, but the deep structure or the underlying grammatical framework is universal according to him. According to Chomsky, our brain contains a hypothetical language acquisition device (LAD) that is pre-wired to recognize the structures of language. This device allows children to rapidly learn and produce language even when they are exposed to incomplete or imperfect input, a phenomenon known as poverty of the stimulus. This is the reason that all human children are able to learn language on their own just by listening to the people in their house. The LAD helps explain how children can develop complex linguistic abilities quickly and with relatively little explicit instruction. Chomsky also introduced the concept of generative grammar, which refers to the set of rules that can generate all the possible sentences in a language. This concept emphasizes that language is not just a collection of words or phrases, but a system governed by rules that allow for the creation of infinite number of sentences. Generative grammar also suggests that humans can produce and understand sentences they have never heard before, thanks to their knowledge of these grammatical rules. Transformational grammar is also a concept given by Chomsky. An extension of generative grammar, transformational grammar deals with the rules that allow sentences to be transformed into different forms while retaining their core meaning. For example, the sentence, "the cat chased the mouse," can be transformed into "the mouse was chased by the cat." Chomsky's transformational grammar focuses on how these transformations occur within the structure of language. Chomsky was a major critic of behaviorist theories of language, which held that language learning is a result of habit formation and reinforcement. He argued that behaviorism could not adequately explain the creativity and complexity of language, nor the speed and efficiency with which children acquire language. Chomsky's critique of behaviorism, particularly his review of Skinner's work on verbal behavior, was a turning point in the field of psychology and linguistics, leading to the cognitive revolution. What has been the impact and legacy of his theories? Chomsky's theories revolutionized the study of language and cognition. They provided the foundation for the cognitive approach to understanding the mind and have influenced fields as diverse as psychology, philosophy, computer science, and neuroscience. While some aspects of his theory have been challenged or revised by subsequent research, the core idea that language is a unique, biologically determined ability of humans remains central to the field. Chomsky's work continues to inspire debate and research, particularly in the areas of how language is represented in the brain, how it evolves, and how it relates to other cognitive functions. His ideas have also influenced theories of artificial intelligence, especially in the context of natural language processing. Thank you so much for listening.